Hello friends, so right now I am running some clothes up to Alison that I just got her, but I really wanted to show you guys this part of Gate City. I've never showed you guys this part of Gate City, and it's like the rural it's really hard for me to say that word without laughing. Rural, it's the rural part it's the rural part of Gate City, so it's like basically the country. Like there's cows out here, there's like hardly anything. This is like basically a holler, and Alison lives out here with her dad, and this is where I moved to when I first came down here, when I very first came down here, and I was married to Travis, her dad. This is where we lived. We lived out here with his sister. Man, was that a mess. Of course, I was 18, and if I could go back and do things different, things would be different, but I don't think like that, you know, because I would not be who I am today if I didn't go through all that mess I went through with them. Like, man, there's a restaurant. There's a restaurant out here called the Hobnob. Hobble on my nobbin. But yeah, it's just a lot of memories out here. I remember the very first fight me and my ex had. I took off and started walking to town. Y'all, I walked 6 fucking miles. 6 miles until I got to a store and was able to call him to come pick my sorry ass back up. Like, you guys, I used to be the biggest mess. I was the biggest mess. It's crazy, but I was living in fear, and I was blaming everybody around me, and I wasn't taking ownership of myself, and I wasn't taking ownership of my life. You know, I was just hoping for someone to come along and save me. And granted, Mark did come along and save me. But he didn't save me to the point where I felt like I didn't have to do anything for myself, you know? Like, he saved me in the sense of, like, he's always been there. Like, I've not ever had to deal with a problem without him. Granted, he doesn't deal with problems the greatest, but, like, it's better than dealing with shit alone. Let me show you out here. So I remember when Alison was 5 years old, her and her dad sent her to her bedroom, and she got pissed off, and she jumped out her window, and this little girl hitchhiked back to my house at 5 years old. Oh my God, we were all out here in the police cars. I was driving around with the policemen looking for her. Oh my gosh, I want to show you guys what she looks like, because she has changed. She is 13 now, and she looks different. She's a Virgo, so she's very to herself. So let's see. I'll just have to drive up in here. I didn't want to, but we will. So I can get you on camera because you've changed so much. Well, I tried to do a time lapse, but didn't work. So I'm gonna show you out here. So there's a bunch of churches, obviously, because I'm in the Bible Belt. Like a bunch of churches, train tracks. This is like what most of the countryside looks like. And actually, when my husband and I, when I was pregnant with my son, my first son, there's a little, like, almost like a trailer over there. It's like the first house, like that one right there. We lived in there for a while. We lived like 10 feet off the train tracks. I remember one day we were standing outside, and We were standing outside and there was a deer on the tracks. Like, we were screaming at this fucking deer to get off the tracks. There was a train coming. I'm so sorry for the bad lighting, you guys, but I just really want to. I'll drive past this place slow so you can see. So that place there, right there, that's where my husband and I lived for quite some time. And then this over here is like a country, they like play music there and stuff. And the guy that would sing in that place, he was our landlord. So many memories. Like, I've lived in this town longer than I lived anywhere else. Like, I lived in Anchorage until, you know, for a while, but I'd never lived there consecutively, like year after year after year. I've lived here for so long. That's the Highway 58 above us. And then over here is we're going into town. But I've lived in this town consecutively for 15 years. It's insanity when I stop and think about how long I've actually been here. There's the quarry pond over there. Here we are coming into town. There's Kevin's old house. Place he died in. Mark finally turned off the power and kicked the people out. He kept leaving all the decisions up to everybody else, and just being taken advantage of. Like, he would always say, oh, it will play out, it will, you know, they'll leave, they'll get a job, they'll go. And it's like, no, not if you don't fucking make them. If you don't make people do anything, they're gonna just do whatever they can get away with. Like, seriously. That's why you don't leave. You just don't let people do that to you. I like that house. So here we are going down. So many memories on these hills. Life is so different now. And then here we are home. I've been sneaking the neighbor's chickens oatmeal and vegetable scraps. I really like the light patterns these put on the ground. Kind of irritated that they're different, but what can you do? Oh. And the house here. I never showed you guys like fully what I did, like where I put everything. So I brought this piece out from the kitchen and that lamp from the kitchen. And then I put this trunk that was over there. I put that there because I really like trunks. And then with the plants on them, I put the ZZ plant. I put my labradorite that's in the little chair right there. Now you can see the full effect of the curtains, and they just look beautiful. Let me show you. With all the greenery. And then you can see how much that, do you see how much better that looks there? The fiddly fig. How he could just commands all the attention, and he fills up that corner nicely. I just love how you could see his shape. Everywhere I put him before, he just seemed like he was in the way. And I didn't like that. And then in here, you can see, I put, hello, Jixie. Oh, hello, Jixie Kate. There's little Sage. I don't think I ever showed you guys this light I got. Put a little tea light candle in it, and it has such the sweetest little light. Actually, let me get a tea light so I can show you. That was weird. Okay, then back here you can see how different it looks. How much more open. I just feel like when my spaces are open and not cluttered, I can work a lot more efficiently. So down here is where I keep my tea lights. You can see I've filled this up with all of my magical things. Up here. And then down here I put my crystal tray. And this is, all these little things are from that black little thing, which I'm still trying to figure out where to put that. So until then, it shall just be a floater. The Monstera right here. Look at his new leaf. It's unfurling and it's so beautiful. Let me show you a couple things that are in flower. They're flowering right now. So we've got this African violet that just flowered. Doesn't it look like a face? And then we've got the shamrocks that are flowering. I think that's everything that's flowering. I don't know, we have this kalanchoe that's, or kalanchoe that's flowering. My favorite is the pothos above the archway there. That pothos has gotten so big. Look, it's all the way over here. I wrapped it around that stick and it's just going for it, you guys. So let me light this candle real quick so I can show you how cute this is. Okay. Oh, immaculate vibes. The vibes are immaculate. Really, it should be turned this way. And then I don't really worry about it. I just let it hang there, and the tea light just burns out by itself and it doesn't leave any wax. Obviously, I don't fall asleep with it just like there, but sometimes if I do fall asleep on accident, it will just go out by itself. But I'm very careful, don't worry. I live my life on the edge. You can see I've got a big old mess in here still. That's okay, we'll get to it. I don't stress. I try not to stress myself out over messes. I just kind of let myself live in it, knowing that when I feel like it, I'll clean it the fuck up. I mean, what else can you do? But that space there, I need to find another little table to put here maybe, or maybe not. It don't matter really. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my random night.